We're going to start out this section by talking about a pretty slick concept inside of Microsoft Excel. Now, up to this point, whenever we've created formulas, done any type of mathematical equations, utilizing functions, we've done it by utilizing cell addresses. We want to reference something inside of an Excel worksheet. We reference it by the column row address, right? Take a look. So if I'm looking at the current exercise file, this is the Excel 103 Advanced Exercises. Make sure you download that file. You can follow along with me. Inside of the if function worksheet, should be the very first worksheet in here, we've got some weekly data. And if you recall, back when we were working with charts, this is kind of set up like the chart worksheet that we worked with earlier. Well, it's got weeks along the top, it's got salespeople down the side, and then some numeric values in the cross sections. Now down at the bottom, row 10, I've got a weekly total row where I want to be able to sum up each week. Well, how would I do this? If I click into cell B10, this is for week 1, I'm just going to use a shortcut key. I'm going to use Alt equals. This will bring in the auto sum. And we can see that it wants to sum up that cell range, B5 through B9. Right, and this is pretty typical. The most common way that we're going to reference cells within an Excel worksheet by its column row address. Well, another method that Excel gives us is called name ranges. Now, name ranges, pretty slick. I use them all the time. It's got some huge advantages, but it's also got some disadvantages as opposed to using the standard column row address. We're going to talk about both. We'll see some advantages here, and I want to show off the disadvantages so that we know when to use them, what's the proper place to use them, and when we shouldn't be using them. So take a look. So I want to perform the same action here. I want to sum up this week 1 data, B5 through B9. But rather than referencing it as B5 through B9, we're going to reference it by a name. First step that we need to do here is actually name that range of cells. And this is how you do it. I'm going to first select that range of cells, B5 through B9. It's all the numeric data, all the sales data for week 1. I'm then going to go up towards the top of my screen, and we've got what's called the name box. Currently, it's showing me the active cell of B5. So I'm going to click into that box, and I'm just going to replace that. I'm going to type in week_1. Now with name ranges, you can't have spaces in the names. So I'm either cramming week 1 together as one word, or I'm using an underscore here to kind of simulate that space. So once I've got that in there, I'm then going to hit my enter key. That kind of accepts it. Make sure you don't just click away from it, but you actually hit your enter key. And once I got that, I can then go back to B10, and I'm going to type this out by hand. I'm going to say equals sum, open parentheses. So now inside the sum function, I would normally put in the range, right? I would say B5 through B9. Well, instead of that, I'm going to type in week, W-E-E-K. There it is right there. Shows up in my little drop-down menu. There's week 1. You'll notice the little icon is a little different, just denoting that this is a named range. Down below the little FX, those are all the functions. So I'll finish this off. Week_1. I'll then close my parentheses. I'm going to hit my enter key, and I've now summed up that range of cells. Okay? I'm getting the same thing in the end. It's just a different way to reference the cells. Now, before we talk about the advantages and disadvantages of utilizing this method here, try this out. Right? Grab that range of cells, B5 through B9, hop up to the name box, drop in a name. I call mine week 1. Kind of intuitive, right? Give it a little more definition. No spaces, hit your enter key, and then try summing up that range right there. All right, try that out, and then we'll move into the next topic.